here we go. Pling, we are live again. There we go. Hey guys. Whoops, I'm editing photos again, and I thought I'd go live, unannounced, completely secret. Just kidding. So yeah, the next weeks I'm just at home working, because I have so many sessions and so much stuff to do that I need to just stay home and finish all the work that I shot over the last weeks, months actually. So yeah, this is a session I did in June. So is it already August? No, so it's about a month ago, a little more. How do I make an appointment? Hey, just email me. So if you go on my channel, there is like a link where you can contact me and my email and my other social medias and stuff like that. So yeah, you can just email is probably the best, because there is no direct message here on YouTube, and I don't like direct message on social media anyway, so just use an email. That's the best. But yeah, let me know, Adelaide, where you're from. I'm in Europe, so I'm your biggest fan. Thanks so much. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Princeton, Marlin. Hope I'm pronouncing this right. Jordan, hey, thanks for coming. That's awesome. We have quite a few people here. So yeah, I'm editing Kaylin's photo session. And I already, like always, I already picked the photos that I want to edit. And how many do we have today? 148. That seems to be my average. Between 100 and 150 seems to be my... South Georgia. Aw. Dang it, I'm actually not in the US. I'm in Germany right now. I don't know when I'm gonna come back. I don't know, just email me. We'll figure something out. All right, so I've done some editing on this one already, but then I kind of had to move on and do other things. So there's some that I've edited, some that I've not. By the way, so for those who don't know me, my name is David. I'm a professional photographer. I work with dancers and gymnasts most of the time. Been doing this for the last 15 years as a full-time photographer, so this is my job. This is not just for fun. I love it. It is fun, but it's also my job, so I take it serious. And this is a ballet dancer, a session I did. Her name's Kaylin, and she's from the Netherlands, Holland, in the center of Europe, kind of. Hey, I'm a gymnast. Nice. Hey, Jordan, that's cool. Yeah, so I've done this session with Kaylin. She's a ballet dancer. We did a photo shoot as I said, in the Netherlands. We did the first part outside, and then we did some in the studio. And then we did another, next morning, we did a few more outside on the bridge, which is really, really cool. I'll show you in a second. It's kind of like an overpass bridge over a massive freeway, and it has a super cool structure. It looks really cool. So yeah, let's get started on these here. By the way, so this is completely open. When I go live, the chat's open for everybody, and I said it so you can ask. There's no real restrictions, I think. Anyway, so if you have questions about the photo shoot, about photography, about dance, about life, about your relationship, I'm trying to answer them. I don't know if I'm good at giving relationship advice, but anyway, so yeah. So I don't know, I'm gonna just explain what I do a little bit so you can follow along. By the way, the software I'm using is called Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom. But I'm gonna try a few other things out soon, and we'll see. I'm a coach, but I want to get into photography. I have an old J5. Want to update my equipment. Do you have any recommendations for cameras? I do, fun guy. So honestly, if you get a decent mirrorless camera today, it almost doesn't matter from which brand you get it from. You're gonna have a great camera, and you'll be able to take great photos or do even videos for gymnastics or dance or whatever. And I happen to shoot with Nikon, which it's great. Canon is good, Sony is good. Panasonic is very good too. So there's options, and I don't get paid to promote a certain brand or whatever. I pay for all my equipment. I find like if I would start over right now, I might go with Sony. On the other hand, Sony is like the most expensive. It's kind of ridiculous. So I don't know. If you like one camera that I can really recommend, which is great for both photos and videos, is the Nikon ZR or ZR. Nikon ZR. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hold on. Here we go. Nikon ZR. It's great for video. It's great for photos, and it's actually reasonably. The price is very reasonable compared to others. For what it does, especially, it's really good. All right. Can you come to Canada? Maybe. Yeah, I could. I've been in Canada a few times. I don't have a plan to come to Canada right now. It's just, it's a long trip, so I have to kind of, make it worth the whole trip and the flight and everything. So, yeah. I've been begging to book an appointment with you because I'm your biggest fan. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, just have your mom email me, or, if you're an adult, I don't know. You can email me directly, but yeah. All right, cool. So, Miss Kaylin. So here we go. So usually what I do the first is do the crop. So I just, I shoot a little wider, so I have a little wiggle room. And then I crop in a little bit, and then I do the exposure, and then I do usually the colors, just to get me in the right ballpark. I'm not gonna do like the whole, like everything. I'm just like step by step, like just try to overall adjustment, and then I go into more detail. Who has been the best cheerleader or dancer or even gymnast that you've worked with? Oh my God, that's a difficult question. Who is the best? There's been, like everybody is different, and especially like dancer and gymnastics is different. So I can't really compare those two. I haven't worked with too many cheerleaders. LA is probably my favorite cheerleader. But to be honest, I haven't worked with many cheerleaders. So, but she is awesome. She's just so much fun to work with and pretty and everything. She's really good, very photogenic. She loves to do photo sessions. I think my favorite people are the ones that really want to have good photos and have creative ideas. That's just always the most fun to work with, and also we get the best results because they're into it and they understand that I'm there to make them look good. And some people are really, really good, but they want no input from the photographer. They just like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. So it's a little one-sided. I mean, I do it, but I think we could get better shots if we talk to each other instead of just, me clicking. Because the job of a photographer is not just to click, right? There's way more going on. All right. So let me. Oh, and then one of the first things I should do, and it's just because Lightroom is that way. There is the healing brush, or they call it a remove tool now in Lightroom. And you should do that before you make too many edits. So usually it should do it more in the beginning of when you edit. The reason is that once you add layers and add more edits and stuff like that, it becomes slower. And then trying to do these adjustments, the remove brush, it tends to get slow, and it is kind of like lagging a little bit. All right. I don't know why these, like my OCD doesn't like these cracks. Anyways, so this is all good. I'm almost happy with it. I feel like the sky could be have a little more, whatever. So I'm gonna do my preset, outdoor preset. Preset in Lightroom, I don't know if you're familiar with that. So preset is just, well, I should explain how Lightroom works. Lightroom doesn't actually change the photo. It just, like any edit you do, it kind of memorizes it. It makes a list and executes it, but it doesn't change the original file. You can't edit really a raw file because it's raw data. And so when you make some edits, you can save all of them as a preset, and when you click on that preset here on the left side, all these edits will be executed again on the next photo. So it actually is a super cool time saver, and especially for all these masks that it's creating. So this is a preset that creates quite a few masks. It's a little overkill. I don't really need all of them usually, but it doesn't hurt to have them. And in this case, I'm going to use a sky and make it just a little more blue. There we go, just a touch more. There we go, maybe that's a little overdone, huh? All right, here we go, cool. And then the other thing I'm gonna do, and I always do that, and if you watched my lives, you've probably seen it. So I go to the background and just make it a little bit darker. Not much, maybe half a stop. If you're into photography, you know what I'm talking about. Half a stop is like, it's not much, basically. It's hardly noticeable. But it helps to separate the foreground and the background a little bit. Okay, this is already good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think overall, like, her legs are a little bright. So we're gonna just overall bring the exposure down a bit. And that's pretty good. Maybe we should get rid of that strain of hair, or is it, I don't know. It's fine, right? Who will you be working with next? Let's see. Oh, I have someone in Serbia. So that's my next session. I was actually going to shoot something today, but it fell through, so we can't shoot. All right, and now here's the cool thing. So like I've edited this one, and there's two more. If you look at these, like it's just variation of the same pose, just different angles, right? Or like her angle changes. And then there's two more that I shot in this spot. So I can take the edits from this one and sync it to the other one. I just shift click everything and then say sync, and it just will do all the edits I done to this one and apply it to the other ones, which is really, really cool. Who are we going to shoot with today? Not today, on Friday or Thursday actually. So someone I don't know, and I haven't worked with them before, so I haven't posted anything. So yeah, maybe next time. There we go. I don't know. Should I remove it? It's fine, right? I don't know. This is just some different angles. I always like to give them a few options when they get the photos, so that they have, like, you know, sometimes they like this angle or this angle better, and it's easy to just edit all of them and just send them all to the dancer or the gymnast. Cool. I know she had this tiny little scar here on her shoulder. Ah, man, now it's Lightroom is slow. See, I just trying to do, and it just takes seconds, several seconds. And let me do it here too. Okay. Ah, see how slow it is? I just like think, and it's like doing a little spinny wheel. Annoying. Annoying. This one here, and then, oh man, this thing is slow today. All right. Oh no, here we go. 1, 2. Ah, come on, Lightroom. It's funny, just yesterday I was looking at a new laptop. This one's getting old. I think it's 5 years old now. I mean, for most things, actually, it's still fine, you know. Especially for photo editing, it's actually still very decent, considering. So this is good. I actually really like this one here. That was her idea. She loves to do like elbow stands and, like, you know, things like that. So okay, so here's a little bit, and then come on, Lightroom, come on, spinny wheel, spinny wheel. this one. No, everything else looks good. There we go. Removing this guy here. It's kind of cool. We found this spot. Well, they found it. I'm not like from the Netherlands. This was a spot that was like not too far away from where they live, and there's almost nobody there. We had these cool steps, and there's a few cool things I'll show you in a minute, because we've taken quite a few photos in that area, and there's nobody there, so it's really nice if you do a photo shoot and it's not like 100 people running around. You're trying to, you're trying to avoid them and try not to be annoying to them or the other way around. He has been the craziest. He has been the craziest? What do you mean? Who has been the craziest? Who has been the customer that has done the craziest move? And what was it? Like, oh, there were quite a few. Honestly, there's quite a few. One that was what's his name? Nick was his name. That was almost 10 years ago. He was super strong, super flexible, amazing. He did a front aerial with perfectly straight legs and pointed feet. Like, that was just incredible. Like, I've never had anybody been able to do it that well. He was just crazy good. I don't know what he does today. I kind of lost track of him. Because, like, I usually meet the people for the photo session and then we don't, meet again. All right, so now we change. So this is the same steps. I'm just shooting from the side here. I just want to see if there is... I've already edited this one, but I'm not sure if I like it. Let me see if I can make this any better. I could make it brighter. That might help a little bit. Maybe this. Gee, there's like so many layers. God. What is this one? This is the face. I hate when I make layers and I don't know what it is, because then later I go in, it's like, what is that? And like, that's why I try to give each layer a name. That kind of makes sense. All right, background. I already did make it a little darker. I think this is pretty decent. And then I feel like the colors, I'm not sure. Let's see. What is a color? 57, 51, 48. It's not bad, but it could be actually more color. Let's see. What if I take the subject? Add subject. No, not sky. Jesus. So Lightroom actually, will you be shooting with Paisley anytime soon? Soon, probably not, but I will be shooting with her again. That's for sure. Definitely. Select subject. And then I'm going to do this and delete it. Much better. So Lightroom actually updated their masking things. And add select background. They've improved it, so it's much better now. So no, gee. Oh, hold on. God. I'm shooting myself in the foot here. So right now I'm just basically updating the two body. Okay. All right, subject. I feel like it's a little too like this. Might be better. All right. If you see me doing like small little adjustments, will you work with Ruby again? Oh yeah, for sure. Ruby definitely. I was actually messaging with her mom not too long ago. We haven't figured out a day yet, but yeah, we'll do another session for sure. Okay, so this is better. I think this is good. I think this is good. All right, the reason I'm spending so much time on this one photo is I want to make this right and then copy paste it to the other ones, because I know the other ones were taken in the same lighting and in the same spot and everything, so I can just copy paste. And this is exactly what I'm not going to do the face because it's in different spots. There we go. So now I'm syncing the settings, and it takes a moment for Lightroom to create all the masks, because it's I think it's like AI based. It finds, so it's not like when I say AI based, I always say I don't use AI. Like when I say it's AI based, it's using AI to find what is the subject and what is the background. That's it. It's not generating anything. It's not making a photo. All it does is finding, making selections, and then I can edit based on those selections. So just want to make that clear. I don't like AI. Hello, good morning, Luis Enrique. Congratulations to the Good Girls Gymnastics. Hey, thanks for joining. Always glad to see you. Okay, so this is something that you'll see me do a lot. When someone is upside down, the blood kind of shoots in their face and they get a little bit red pink. And I compensate by making a selection and then putting the color slide a little bit towards the green. We call that face. So if you see, if I turn it off and then on again, like see, it's not huge, but it's just changing like the redness. Okay, so this is pretty good. And then I did apply it to this one as well. So this is good. Come on, Lightroom. It's a little slowish. All right, this is good. Very cool. The challenge on this photo shoot was the sun was coming in and out all the time. So sometimes we had more sun, sometimes less, sometimes it was completely overcast. So it was a little bit of a challenge. I had to adjust a lot, but it was great light. I really like that spot, and I really like what we got here. So it's really nice. That's all good. I'm just looking if there's anything I need to edit, but it all looks great. Oh, this is really cool. I like spots where, like, you know, it's like an old, not like a ruin, but like an old place, and then like nature kind of starts to take over. Like there's little plants coming out of the rocks here, not rocks, but the cement blocks, and it's kind of cool. I like that. I really like that. I can't find the link to contact you. I don't know, just go on my Instagram. There is a link. I don't know, I can't look, because if I start clicking something on my browser, the live ends, so I can't really do that right now. But I think if you go to my channel, like the channel page, there should be like an about or something like that, and there is like a link for that. Yeah, I can't really go and check right now, because like I'm gonna like end the live, which I don't want to do. I have a niece who's a gymnast. Greetings from the Republic of Argentina. Way nice. Here we go. Sorry for the World Cup. Didn't quite make it. All right, here we go. Why is this so different? This can't be. No, there's no way. Hold on, wait, what? This is crazy. Like this and this, I took that at the exact same moment, or like shortly after it. And it looks so different. I think it's the sky. I mean, look at this one here. The colors are different. What in the world? Why is it so different? Maybe more sun came out. I don't know. Anyways, all good. Gotta bring it down a little bit, like that maybe. Here we go. How do you guys? Oh, sorry, I missed that question. How do you guys always get the perfect shot taking photos? The perfect shot. Well, I don't know if it's a perfect shot, but it's there's we spend a lot of time for each pose. You know, like you don't really see it. If you look at my behind the scene videos, you can see a little bit the work that goes into it. Like there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of trying. Oh, this work. Oh, maybe I just this try again and so on. So like it takes a while to get to. It's not just like we'll take a photo and that's it, right? And it's perfect. That almost never happens, right? We come up with a pose. She tries a pose. I'll take a photo. We look at it together. And it's like, oh, maybe you can point the foot a little better. Like so, it's like a step by step. I found it. Here we go. Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, it takes a while to get the perfect shot. Basically, it's a process, that's for sure. All right, so here's another one. So that was a fun thing. Like so here's the thing, like about the perfect photo. So that was her idea. She wanted to do one like that, right? I think I should adjust that a little bit. Yeah, a little warmer. How about that, right? And then I said, oh, you know what? Maybe try different arms, like around your face, look to the side and stuff. And then I said, oh, whoa, what if you just extend this leg here out on top of this block here and have this leg the same. So it was like I just basically came up with that idea as I saw her doing this, right? And then we did this photo. So, it's just like it's a creative process. You do something and you see something else and then you try a variation of it. So it kind of develops, basically. That's what happens. All right, let's get out of that truck. I don't like it. Which have you ever been able to come to Georgia? Georgia, yes. Georgia in the U.S., yes, for sure. I've been there many times. Yes. Isabel, the gymnast, is from Georgia, and Liza, and a few ballet dancers I work with. So yeah, no, I've been to Georgia many times. Just looking at this one, see if there's anything I can do to make it better, but I think it actually is great. I don't think I should. The only thing that bothers me a little bit, and it's just a small thing, is just the hair going through here. So I'm going to try to get this. Jesus, sometimes I hate Lightroom. Literally, I hate it because it's just so slow with the remove tool. Okay, so that's one of my, what's the word, pet peeves. Like I just don't like when the hair goes through the face. It happens a lot with girls, so especially when we shoot and it's like outside and the hair's out, you can't really avoid it. But if it goes through the eyes, it just bothers me. So yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Okay. All right, this is good. No one's gonna zoom in that much. It's just me that I see it, like when I do this, and then like, okay. All right, good. Fit. Sound seems muted. Not sure. I'm just checking my streaming encoder. It looks good to me. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's good. You can bring it up a little bit. I actually have these microphones here to make sure that you have a good sound, because that's important. Let me guys, let me know if what am I doing? Oh no, it's all good. I was just freaking out. Oh, because of this. No, it was the other. All right, here we go. Now we're back. Yeah, yeah, guys. Let me. Sound seems muted. What are the What is everybody thinking about the sound? My voice, is it okay? Am I sounding muted? Not much I can do, honestly, at this point. Okay, so this is good. Oh, it's a little too much. Touch warmer, maybe. Let's get rid of this crack here. Maybe I should leave it. It kind of gives it something, right? All right, I'll leave the rest. There is a few things I need to edit. Like, there is a little bit of, not really bruises, but kind of like darker spots from whatever she was doing. I mean, that's something like when you work outside and you do like elbow stands or handstands and stuff like that, or like you do something on your knees. You should, as a photographer, you should edit that if you can. I hear you just fine. All right, that's good. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I figured it's probably good. All right, this is good. This is good. Ooh, here's another one. I really like this one here. This is a good one. It's one of my favorite poses. It's actually not too hard. Well, it looks easy, but it actually, a lot of the younger dancers struggle with that because you have to like twist your upper body. It doesn't look like it, but you have to twist it, and it's like really cool. All right, I think I'm going to use these settings and copy them over. Actually, maybe I use these settings and do that. Yes, I shall do that. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's so much nicer. I like it. Now I like it. Very cool. I think it can be on the bright side. I don't mind it. Like this. Awesome. Yeah, this is really pretty. Love the colors. All good. Anything to edit? No, she's maybe a little bit. I hate that. So when they come to a session and they wear socks and then they take the socks off, you have these, you know, it leaves a little bit of these marks. Honestly, it's not too bad here. Let me see, is it here as well? No. Okay, it's good. I love sunlight. Diffused light does not make me happy at all. I hear you. I hear you. Like my favorite is when there's a very thin layer of clouds and then the sun shines directly, but it's a little softer, like not the super harsh light, but like a completely diffused light, like an overcast day. Ugh, yeah, totally hear you. That's not a good light. Okay, so copy this to the next one, and this one is just as pretty. And see again, like about the photo, so you know, like I gave her the pose, you know, I explained the pose. We did it a few times until she got it right. And then it's like, instead of releasing your head all the way back, look at your hand. Like, so we still see like your profile and the hair. And I really like this one too. This is really pretty as well. So yeah. She did a tilt jump. She did another tilt jump. I'm not gonna edit these on YouTube. Okay, let's move on to the circle. As I said, that location was really cool. There was so much going on. So, you know, when you have a circle like this, there are so many options, but it's kind of hard to figure out a pose. So we spend a little time there. I'm gonna make a behind the scenes video about it and you'll see. We're not struggling, but we actually spent the time there trying to get a good shot and like what can she do, and she tried to be this way, then she tried to be like in a bridge this way. It was kind of interesting. We tried a few different things. She's got slightly dry skin here. We can help her out. I think there's a little bit we can fix here and here. How do you find such circles? You don't really find them. This just happened to be there, and but I hear you. It's just the perfect size as well, right? if you find a circle, usually it's like massive, it's like a doorway or like a gate to something. This is just, I don't know why it was there. Honestly, I have no clue. They just made it and it was the perfect size. It didn't really serve a purpose. It was just, yeah, it was just there. So we tried a few things. Let's see. So I'm gonna try something, because what if we have, instead of having the ground here, we have the same concrete wall. Let's see. So I'm gonna use the remove tool with the, I'm gonna brush it and see what happens, what Lightroom puts in instead. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. I hope it creates a wall. What in the world is that? That looks like so weird. What is that? There we go. That's what I was looking for. A wall. It creates another circle. There we go. That's much better. All right. Maybe we'll do this and this. No, this is terrible. Okay, we'll leave it. So I like that. Now it looks a little more even, and we don't have the ground there, so that's good. Let me see, what else can I do? Let's create a mask for foreground and background. So we got this. I can make her a little more colorful. That always helps. Background a little bit. Let me show me the thing. Okay, background a little bit darker. That's good too. And then, what if I create a sky mask? Will it find the sky? It does. Nice. Make it all blue. Make it all darker. More saturation. That's pretty neat, right? I kind of like that. All right. Is it just you that, and is it just you that, and it's all the photographers? I think there is a word missing. I'm not quite understanding what you're saying. Maybe you can, is it just you that, and is it all the photographers? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Okay. So I do like it. Maybe a little more contrast. That is better. Now I'm, and that's, with editing, it's kind of the same thing as actually taking the photo. I don't like, when I edit a photo, it's like, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and then it's done. Like, I don't know. I don't have all the answers when I start editing. It's just a matter of like, okay, I look at it and like, I have one idea, and then like I try that and have another idea. And so I add and try things basically. Did we miss how long do you want to be a photographer? How long do you want to be a photographer? I don't know, as long as I can, as long as I'm enjoying doing it. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm going to retire. As long as I can hold a camera, I think I'm going to take photos. Whether I get paid for it or not is another thing, but yeah. Or maybe how long have I been a photographer? Well, I've been a photographer since I was like 10 years old. I really love photography, just in my blood. No particular moment or anything in time that just triggered it. It was just like, I always loved it. Actually doing it as a full-time job for about 15 or 16 years now. I've done it a little bit on the side before that, but yeah, in 2011 I decided to do it full-time actually. Is it just you that edits all the photos? Oh, that makes sense. All right, now, so here's the thing. I like to edit my own photos. There is services where you can send your photos and they edit them for you. That is actually not a bad option for photographers who shoot quite a lot of photos. And then there are services who go through like hundreds, maybe even thousands of photos really quick. And then they edit them, and then you can send them to your clients. And they do it pretty cheap. And I totally, I have a few friend photographers who do that. I don't, because my photography is more like individual. It's like creative. The setting and the lighting and the environment changes, so there isn't really like it. Every photo is a little bit different, so I can't really send it to some. I tried that. I tried a few services where I send them the photo. I told them like what I wanted, and it just didn't turn out, you know. So it wasn't worth it. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply this one to the next photos. Hold on, I should name that. That's always the mistake. This is the sky. All right, so now we're gonna pick the next few and I'm gonna sync it. And all the settings, yes, replace them, will be applied to the next photos. Darker green gives such a nice contrast to skin. Totally true, totally agree. Green and orange, like skin tone, is a super nice complementary combination. Absolutely, I love that too. The funny thing about once you have a circle, let me show you. I'm gonna try the same here with the ground. Try to get rid of it. Select a little more on the sides because Lightroom had trouble with that dark edge, so gonna help it a little bit. That's actually one mistake that people do when they use the remove tool. They only like mark the area that is they want to remove. You should actually mark a little wider area so Lightroom or Photoshop, whatever you use, has the option to like blend it a little more in, you know. So yeah. Okay, no, don't put another hand in there. Okay, here we go. So this is good. And now what you can do, you can turn it around and make it like, you know, different ways. Obviously you have the green in there, so it's not gonna work that well. Oh, you know, one thing that I'm gonna try here is, I'm gonna say create mask, and I'm gonna say select object. An object in Lightroom selection is just anything that you can brush around, you know, to be, I don't know how to describe it. And object, so you just brush an area, right? Like this doesn't have to be accurate. And Lightroom says, you probably mean this general area here, right? And then you can just do that. And again, like you don't have to be accurate, just give it roughly like some thing, and then it'll find other things and exclude it. So let me just make sure this is good. Actually, this is pretty decent. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. So what I want to do is I want to use the, I'm going to call it whole. And going to give it a little more saturation. Here we go, like this. Yeah, I like that. That's very good. It's just like, the background is nice, but I think it's a little more color makes it nicer. All right, I really like this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, darker greens. Thanks for pointing that out, because when you said it, like, yeah, I should probably make that green a little more like contrasty to the skin. Cool. So what if I copy paste that to the next? I don't know if it's gonna work, but it might. Yeah, I don't think it does. See, the thing is, like, if the framing isn't the same, Lightroom is looking what you selected with your brush, and it doesn't match that. So we're gonna skip that. Oh, so we tried a few different poses, and she said, you know, like it actually really hurts if you try to like arch or like. So we put this piece of a yoga mat in there, and now I have to get rid of it. And the way to do that is using the remove tool here and brush that out. Come on, Lightroom, you can't be that slow. All right, we'll see what it does. It might or might not work. There we go. You know, it's really like a hit and miss in terms of does it do a good job. Sometimes it creates something completely nonsense, and sometimes it actually does something good. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's not bad. She looks like she's floating a little bit, so let's see. This might be the best option. You know what I just noticed? The focus is on the hand, and then now she's out of focus, so that's not good. Let me see. Do I have another one? Ugh, I don't like that. Let me go back and see. Hi, Una, Korkic? I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. So we're gonna try to find one that isn't like, let me show you real quick. Like, she's out of focus. The focus was on the hand. I don't know why. It shouldn't be. So let me find one where the focus is actually on her and not the hand. No. Here. Yeah, that's good. All right, so we're gonna take this one. I'm gonna take the settings from here and apply it to here. And then we're gonna deselect this one, or just make it not, oh, no, don't do this. Now we're gonna go back to our filtered view, and here we go. All right, good. Yeah, this is better. At least she's in focus now. Okay, so we still wanna get rid of that thing here. We'll give it a try, right? Reference is set? What did I just do? What was that reference? Huh? God, I just did something and I have no idea what it did. I've been using Lightroom for years, and I don't know, I guess I just discovered a new setting or like feature. What was that thing? That reference that I just said. Did you guys see that? When do you post all your pictures? When do you get done editing them? So I don't post everything, right? Those photos are not like, mostly these photos are for the dancers, right? So I post a few that I like the best, and they might post a few, and then that's it, right? This is not like those photos are not for the general public to be like a library or anything like that, right? It's just they're for the dancer. All right, so this is good. Zoom, there we go. And then we're gonna get rid of the ground again. Okay, let me see. Try to center this a little bit with the crop. Watching Lila's life, I still don't understand fully what happens with these 150 or so something photos. Does she get to use all 150 instantly, or does she select and send back the list? No. What confuses me is that you edit through thoroughly 150 photos. It seems crazy for social media and so on, so many posts. So, you know, again, like, so Lida was hiring me to do a photo shoot, right? And we said, we're going to do a photo shoot for about 2 hours, let's say. I forgot what it was. Maybe it was, I think it was like 2 hours. We only had that much time. So we take as many photos as we can within the time, you know, whatever happens, what the locations is, stuff like that. So, and then, you know, as I said, if you watched it, like from each pose, I take multiple photos because, you know, she might try it a few times. Maybe she likes that one better. Maybe she likes this one better. I don't know. So I give her, from each pose, I give her like 2, maybe 3, sometimes even more options. Then we do variations. So there's another option. And that's how we get to 150 photos. And again, like, those are her photos, right? Whether she posts them and how she posts them, which one she picks, it's totally up to her. I might have a few favorite and post them, and but for the most part, they're for the dancers, right? And they post whichever they like. The fact that I'm giving them 150 is just those are the photos. The 150 photos are decent and good and viable. I don't know what how to describe it, right? So it doesn't mean we have to post them. It doesn't mean they have to be going online. It's just that's what we got, and everything that we got is all the all these 150s are decent photos, right? Or good photos. So yeah, I edit them and then they have them. Right? What happens after that? There's no rule. It's not defined. It's not like yeah. It's just it is what it is. I don't know if that makes any sense. So here we go. I like it when she's like when this is all like one wall and it's just a circle instead of the ground. I don't like the ground. Cool. So let me see. Oh, I already removed this one. This is good. I already removed the ground thing here, and it's kind of like the same photo. Let me look at her face, though. Ah, it's fine. And so since this one and this one is basically the same photo, I'm just going to not do this one because it's fine. All right, we're going to do the crop again. Good. I have to rewatch my life and figure out what I did with that reference set. I must have clicked something. It's just, I can't, it just bugs me now. I have to kind of figure out what it was. I don't even know what function like that would require a reference. I don't know. Anyways, let's remove this thing here. And by the way, guys, this thing was harder than it looks. Like that circle, it looks like she's just sitting there doing poses. It was actually kind of hard to do poses in there. All right, this is good. There's a little bit of dust here from that concrete on the wall. Let's get rid of it. So it's a little overkill to use the AI assisted remove, but it always does a good job. So I'm just like, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, and then just like with the other ones, actually, let me crop it a little bit more here. And with the questions, I totally get it. Like like it's a little confusing because every photographer has a different client, or like there is photographers that do completely different work. Like there's sports photographers that go to events, right? And then they take photos and they almost instantly send them out to like an agency or whatever, and then they go out because like a sporting event is like a very current thing. Like when it happens, that's the most interesting. Like 2 weeks later, people don't really care about it that much anymore, right? With my photography, it's actually quite different. They want these photos as memories, so they might not want to post them at all. They just want them for themselves, right? So we're gonna do, how about this? I'm gonna do sky, and then I'm gonna say add select object, and I'm gonna brush this one in. Okay. Oh, subtract select subject. Ah, the sky thing is just, all right, add select object. Select this guy here, add select object. We're gonna do the down here area as well. Let's see, now we're getting closer. We just need this area, add select objects. This area here. Now we're good, right? This girl are wonderful. I love you. I love so much. Watch your models. They are gorgeous. Congratulations from Brazil. All your talent ones. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So let's do this. I don't think we want that. Maybe we do. Like this for sure. All right, this is good. Cool. What if I change it to this? Well, we still see the horizon. I can't really turn it all the way. There we go. All right, good. Now we're gonna do this to here. This is actually more work than I thought. But I gotta finish these. It's been more than a month that I've been sitting on these photos. I gotta really get them done and then send them to her. And say, you know, things with posting photos, like, you know, YouTube is mostly for videos, obviously, so, you know, photos are not the main, you know, the main purpose of YouTube. So I try to post here and there on the like the community post. You can post a photo there, and people seem to like it. So, but yeah, it's just, and there's only so much you can do here. Okay, so do you give a guarantee in form of a declared minimum amount of photos that should result? No, I don't. No, it's a good question, though. It's a valid question. So for me, a like a photo session is a creative happening. It's something creative, and it's something that I do with the dancer, and especially most of the time I don't know the dancer. Like most of my clients are, you know, first time we work together. So there's no guarantee. Like we take photos, we're creative together, we create something together. How many are in the end good or not? There's no guarantee. It's not like, basically I can't guarantee something. That is a creative process, you know. So and most people don't even ask. Like my clients usually don't ask like how many photos we're gonna getting. Sometimes they ask, and then I say, well, it depends. Like, you know, how you want to work, right? There's dancers who like do a pose, do an next pose, do an next pose. We get a ton of photos, and others like, I want to get this one pose right, and they keep trying, you know. So we spend way more time on a pose with one dancer versus the other. Basically, you're getting me for 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever the time is, and then whatever, how many photos we get out of that. Okay, let's get rid of this guy here again. Let me zoom in here. I have to be careful about zooming in on certain areas because YouTube does not like that. I've had a life getting like, not banned, but like it was, I don't know, they marked it as 18 or over because, you know, I was like editing something there and then, Jesus. As I was saying this, oh my God, that's another thing. I freaking hate Lightroom sometimes. All right, let's try this slower here. This. One at a time. Remove. Do you get permission from mom to post these live edits, or do you have them sign a document to give you permission to post them? So I don't have a contract. If we take photos, the assumption is that we're gonna go public with them. Not all of them, but that's usually the assumption. If they don't want that, they let me know. Very few say they don't want that. So that's basically the default when I do a photo session, right? All right, this is a little odd. Okay, let's see what happens. Is there a better option? Now she's kind of floating there. All right, I need to edit this more, but it's not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna do this now because I'm gonna spend an hour zooming in there, and like YouTube doesn't like that, so I'm not gonna bother with this right now. This is cool. No, we don't do this. We do this. This is cute. All right. Let's get rid of the ground thing again. Yeah, so the thing with the lives is like, I mean, I love to go live because when I edit, it's kind of boring, right? So I love having people around, and you know, we can chat and we can talk, and it's less boring, right? But there's also certain things that are just boring, right? I'm not gonna spend like half an hour doing little fine little edits, just kind of boring. All right, I'll do those when I at night when I'm like tired and I don't have anything else to do. I go through those again. All right, let's do this to this. And here we go. But like coming back to the question, yeah, I definitely like this is something that we talk about. I tell them like obviously when they hire me or when we work together, they know I have a big social media, so they know they might get a big audience. Most people love it, right? And then if I film a behind the scenes video, that's also meant to go on YouTube. So yeah. All right, sky. Oh, there's way too many objects here. Oh, now we just deleted the whole thing. Select sky. Subtract, select subject. Add object. And as you can see here, it can be a little tedious, the editing part. Add, select objects. There is a lot of tedious little boring stuff to do sometimes. All right, that looks pretty decent. I think now we're gonna increase the saturation on this one. There we go, that looks much better. Bailey, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, and there's this one here. I need to edit this one. I'll do that some other day. Why did I select this and this? Let me double check this here real quick. I don't need to edit every selection because sometimes there is just like this is pretty. This is same pose, but I feel like this is much nicer. She's smiling. She's happy. This is a good one. We don't need this. This is just, all right, here we go. All right, so here, that was actually kind of hard for her, not for me. I wonder why so many people don't even watch your, so thank you so much. Well, I guess like life is always like a thing, that's, especially this one. I didn't announce anything. I just went live. I do those, like I do a live every Sunday in like around 8 o'clock or something like that my time. And those I announce, so, and people will, eventually catch on to that. This one, I just like, all right, I should edit some photos. Oh, let's go live, right? So the fact that people are here, I'm just lucky because like I didn't make any announcements but I appreciate that compliment. That's so nice of you to say. I love it. Thank you. All right, so this is good. I really like this one here. We're going to copy and paste the settings from the previous photo and hopefully it works. I probably will have to make some adjustments, but at least it's going to get me in the right ballpark, right? Yeah, that's actually pretty good. This one is incorrect. So yeah, this one we can delete. What is this one? We can delete. This is good. Actually, it's pretty decent. Add objects. I think there was a little more down here that it missed, right? Okay, and then here, this area, add, select objects. Hello. There we go. Sometimes Lightroom needs a moment, and then select objects, like the middle part here. All right, we got almost everything, like this little, and then there's a little edge, select objects, ting, ting, ting. select objects. It was this little area here. And finally, the little area between the two arms. Now we got everything. Good. Add brush. Needs a little brush here. Sorry. Come on. All right. Good, good. Good enough. So now I'm going to call this hole again. All right. Overall, this is a little too dark. Brighten it up a little bit. Okay, this is good. Now this one can be a little darker again. It's too bright. How about this? This is good. Okay. But what is it? Someone? I'm not sure what you're asking. It's a dance photo session that I've done, and I'm editing the photos. This is editing in Lightroom. Yeah, for those who came later, I am a professional photographer. I work with dancers and gymnasts. And this is a photo session I've done in the Netherlands with a ballet dancer. Her name's Kaylin. And I haven't finished her session yet, so I need to really do this. It's been a while. And this is what I'm doing now. I decided I'm gonna edit some photos today, and I went live. That's all it is. All right, this is basically, oh God, why did I not look? All right, so this is the typical mistake that I do all the time. Let me show you. Maybe it actually works if I copy paste the settings here. I doubt it. So when I select photos, when I go through the photos, because we take a ton of photos. I go and then I look, oh, this could be good. I select it, select it as a pick, and then, oh, this is good too. So I pick it. But usually the last photo that we take from a pose is the best. And so when I saw this, I'm like, this is great, but this demi point here, this releve should be higher. And I told her, and then she pulled that up, and now this looks better, right? So I spent all this time editing this one, and I don't want that. I actually don't like it. This is the good one. So now I have to redo this one. Let me see. That's not too bad. All right, add select objects. I think I can fix this actually really quick by doing this. Here we go. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm happy with this one. Just edit the skin a little bit. Yeah. 1, 2. I don't know why I'm counting. It's not like a certain number. Okay, so this, there is a little spot here. Always have to be careful. I think the heel brush is better here. Okay, this is good. And this is just like the tiny little hair that goes through her face. We're gonna get rid of that. Hello, Lightroom. See how slow it is? I'm actually brushing and waiting for Lightroom to update. All right, it's good. This is good. Okay, awesome. Great, great. Oh, the ground. I forgot the ground. I forgot the ground. We gotta get rid of that. I think that makes such a difference. Like the fact that, we had the ground here. It's not like the worst thing, but it looks so much better if it looks like, if it's just a wall with a circle in it rather than the ground here. Bang, here we go. Now it's a wall. Love it, love it. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, So this is a typical creative process, you know, that I talked about before. When we go to a photo shoot, we don't have all the answers. We don't have everything planned out. It's not like you're going by a script and just do doom 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 doom, right? You try things like I didn't see that hole before we went there. I didn't know, so I didn't prepare like thought about poses for a hole, right? So we just started. I said, get in that hole. Let's try something. Go this way. Go that way. Try going on your belly. And then so I thought maybe she can do a pose where she's like having her legs crossed and the arms around. And I don't know. This one isn't really the best one. So I'm like, oh, maybe you can go a little wider. And then I think the best one, this one is, it's okay, but I don't really like it. This one is the best when she has the arms on the hole. Now she's completely centered and filling it. So, you know, again, like it's a process of trying things, see how it looks, and then you adjust step by step until you have a photo where you're like, yeah, this is cool. Okay. That's the cool thing about the brush, the remove tool that is like AI based. You don't have to be very accurate with brushing over the area. You can go into good areas, you know, and it's all fine. Here we go. It looks exactly like it should look. I mean, isn't that cool? All right, let's take this and copy it over that way. And I don't even want to attempt to copy this because it's not going to work. I know that. So here we go. This is good. I'm going to go a little more like that. And now I'm going to create another mask. No, we're going to create another mask. I'm just going to do it by hand. Select objects. There we go. Number 1. Add, select objects. We're going to go with this side here. That's good. Add, select objects. Let's take these little areas here. I'm trying to think of a better method to do this, like something that's quicker. I think there might be a quicker way, but it's fine. I'm already. The thing when you select object in Lightroom for a selection for a mask, you don't have to be super accurate. You can go into the edge. It doesn't. Basically, all it you're telling Lightroom, the area where I'm brushing, just like find something that looks like an object or like a confined area and select all of that. That's basically what it is. All right, so this one we crank up the saturation and a little bit down with the exposure, and we are good. All righty, this looks good. All good. All righty, very cool. Oh yeah, let me look at the legs real quick, see if there's anything I need to edit here, maybe a little bit. You know, dancers are working with their legs, so they often have like scratches and bruises, so it's always worth looking and making sure you can fix that. By the way, guys, if you've been coming later, my name's David. I'm a professional photographer. This was a photo session I've done in the Netherlands with a ballet dancer. Her name is Kaylin. And I've been doing this session a little over a month ago, so I need to finish it. And I decided I'd just go live and edit. And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask in the chat. It's open for everybody. So when I edit a photo, like I always start with a crop, and the reason is that so I shoot a little bit wider, right? If you can see this, let me see. I shoot a little bit wider because I'm shooting handheld, so I'm not framing it 1000%. I wanted to have a little more wiggle room, and then I can, you know, do my final composition here in Lightroom and I edit. And when I do the crop, it mentally in my mind, I see the photo and I don't have to edit anything that's out of the area that nobody's going to see what's outside. There's no point in me spending time editing it. So that's the first thing I usually do. I do the crop. And then I don't like it, but I should do the remove tool next, because when you use the remove tool after you've done masks and stuff like that, it just doesn't work that well. It's just slower, right? So you should do the remove tool towards the beginning. The next thing I do, I get the exposure right. I think I'm actually pretty happy with the exposure here. It's pretty good. The sky's a little bright and a little overcast. Not too happy. I'm gonna fix that in a second. Was this a sunset shoot from low sun to seemingly dim conditions? No, this was actually during the day. It was just like partly cloudy. Let me think. What time was it? I can turn on this one here. What does it say? It says 4:44 p.m. But I'm honestly not sure if that's correct, because like I might have set my camera for Australian time and forgot to set it back. I actually never set it back, so I don't know if that's correct or not. Honestly, I don't remember what time of the day it was. It wasn't too early. I think it was maybe it was like in the morning, but not like super early. Maybe it was. I actually don't remember. It's been a while. Oh, sorry. All right, but since we have like overcast, every time you have this overcast, like, you know, diffused light, you're losing a little bit of color. So I'm using the vibrance slider here to get a little bit color back. So that looks pretty good. Go a little brighter. And now we're gonna do something with the background. I'm gonna bring the background down a little bit, and you see what happens? The sky has definition. So this one looks just like an almost like empty white sky, and now you see there's actually some detail and definition there. That's something that so many photographers don't understand. Laughing out loud, that sure is hard, keeping the time zones right with so much movement. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And like, how many times do you set the camera, like, you know, the time zones and the time on your camera? Like, I have to go to the menu, and it's kind of like, I don't know. And for the most part, like, who cares, like, what time it was, right? But I should, because sometimes it is helpful just going back after years, like, oh, what time was it? Anyways, let's create a mask for the sky. Okay. And the sky tends to look better if you make it a little more blue. Add a little green. And then bring this one down like this. You can't overdo it. If you make it too dark, it looks kind of fake, you know. You just, I feel like you have to be subtle about it. But this looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take her, make her a little warmer. She does have like a warm brown skin, at least partly. So yeah, going from this to this, I'm pretty happy with this. Oh yeah, I was going to say, I also go here. Where do you go? Oh, you're here. Oh, that's what it means. Yes, yes. So that I was gonna say, like, that's a mistake that a lot of photographers make. When in a photo like this, when they have a bright sky here, they say, I want to make sure that the main subject is exposed correctly, right? And then they often overexpose the background, like the sky, right? And no matter what you do, once it's overexposed, there's no detail, there's no definition in there anymore. You lost it, it's clipped. what you should do is look at the histogram here. You want the sky to be bright, but not exceed this edge of the histogram here, like the. And you can look at that in your camera. Yeah, the subject, your person might be a little dark. You can bring that up. That's no problem. You can never bring something down that is clipped, that is too bright. So always look at the sky and make sure you have that, still within the histogram, and then you go from there. All right, so we have quite a few here on that bridge. I am going to copy paste this to all of them. I already did an edit on one photo here. I already sent that to her and she already posted that. So we're not gonna change that. And funny enough, it actually is almost exactly what I've been doing anyways. All right. All right, good. And now since we've done that, we are going to do the crop for the other ones. So that's pretty good. And I don't like this light post here, so we are going to get rid of it with the remove tool. Remove. Come on, remove. Oh, sorry. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Okay, and then you see it's still visible, kind of the mask is off. It's because I made, once you created mask and then you use the remove tool, it leaves these areas that look wrong. You have to do an update. I don't know why Lightroom doesn't do it automatically. All right, think about photo selection when you say that you post your favorites, does it happen that the dancer requests taking down or is unhappy with the choices because technique? Very, very, very rarely. It has happened, but it like maybe in those 15 years, maybe a handful of times. And mostly it is the ballet dancers that they are the most like, what's the word? The most picky about their poses and their technique and things like that. It's just because the ballet world is pretty toxic, to be honest. Like, unless you're perfect, like they kind of, I don't know. That's what I get from the ballet world. They're so focused on getting the perfect technique that unless you're perfect, like it's basically trash, Not all ballet dancers are like it, but many are. Like if they don't hit it perfect, they just don't like it at all. They don't want it online, and I think that's kind of a mistake. None of my you're never perfect. That's just you're never perfect, right? And also like there's a little bit room of like creativity, so I don't know. But yeah, it rarely happens. What I do is like I give them options, as I said. Like I don't know if you haven't been here before. So when I do, like here's a good example. Like she did a leg and then she did another one, different arms, right? We tried a few different options, right? So she has a few options, right? And then when I send the photos, let me know which ones are your favorites, right? And usually the ones they post are their favorites, right? And then I know, okay, from this set of whatever legs, right? She posted it one, so that one's her favorite. So over the years, I figured out like, okay, I understand what you like best, and I'm gonna go with that. So I do understand dance enough that I know there's a certain thing. Like for instance, this one I select, but I know she's not gonna like it. Like that foot is just a no-no. So I can get rid of that. This is way better. This is way better. She probably won't like this arm, but I'm still gonna give it to her. I don't know. We didn't get that many options from this one. Sometimes we try things and I always tell them, just keep trying in a photo shoot. I said, try it. If you don't like it, we don't have to post it. But if you don't try, you're never going to get anything good, right? You have to try, right? And that's just a creative process. So in this case, we tried a few times. I'm not sure about this arm. Maybe she's bothered by it, maybe she isn't. Who knows, right? That's why I told her put the arms up. So we did this one, and I think then we moved on to a different pose. So yeah, it's all part of the process. I think what happens more than like me posting a photo that they don't like, usually they do, it's when they grow up, like when they're young, they're still learning. And sometimes, like they get much better at dance. And then they don't like the photos from when they were younger because they weren't that good. You know what I mean? And so they basically go back to through their social media and delete the old files because the older photos when they were younger. It's like, no, I'm so much better now. I don't want that. I don't want anybody to look at that when I couldn't do this. I think that's a mistake because a photo is a document of who you were at a certain time. It's not meant to be like, yeah, you were still learning. You were 10 years old and you were learning, and that's where you were, and it was awesome back then. There's no need to remove it, right? You can see that, yeah, she was younger and she got better. So I don't know. Yeah, but it's up to them. I don't really like this one here. This is good. And we did this jump. This is one of my favorite jumps. Awesome. Cool. All right, let's move on. We did studio photos. So we found a studio. I brought all my lights in, set it up. It's just a goofy photo. Not going to edit this. So, the challenge, just so you understand what I'm dealing with here. The challenge in this studio was I did not have a background with me, right? Usually I have like a fabric that I put on a background stand and just put it behind. I didn't have that. So the studio was basically just like an open room. If I bring up the brightness, you'll see. It was just an open room, right? And it was dark out. This is actually the outside here. It was already dark out, so we don't see really, we don't have light from the outside. What we still see the light from the buildings in the background a little bit. So what I'm going to do is probably remove all of these with the remove tool because they are the most, the most distracting ones. So I think I'm going to get rid of these. All right. The next thing I'm going to do, obviously she is the most important one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, so here's what I'm doing. I'm editing this one photo and I'm going to go through every detail and like make sure that this is good, because once I have that, all the other photos are the exact same lighting, the exact same spot, so I can really literally copy paste it to the next ones. Hey Stefan, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So we are going to make sure she is looking the best she can. And then copy and paste from there. I just want to make sure this is good. Yes, awesome. And then the background, I think if I go and pull the highlights down a little more and really bring these down. I don't mind if there's something going on in the background. Maybe, what if I even try the opposite? Sometimes instead of trying to get it like, maybe it's even better to like do this and like make it almost black and white. As I say, like editing isn't like just running off a script and do one step at a time. It's a creative process. I kind of like it actually. What if I do this instead of that? Let me try something. Okay, blue background, we're gonna get rid of that. This is actually interesting. I like that. This is interesting. So I'm gonna do that. Duplicate and invert. And then I'm gonna say subtract, select subject. Get rid of that guy here. And then the bottom, we're gonna do that. We're not gonna invert that. Oh, that was a mistake. Subtract. No, we have. Oh, all right. Let's see. How do I do this now? I'm trying to figure out how I can get. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna say subtract gradient like this. Okay. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. And okay, so now this, I'm gonna reset everything here and I'm gonna make it less. I don't know if it's necessary. Yeah, maybe it's not even necessary. It was an idea. All right. I kind of like this light thing in the background. We can see a little bit of the room in the background, but not too much. It's just like something blurry. Could be anything. Usually, as I say, I have a black backdrop, but I didn't have it this time. I would select background, cut off the linear selections of floor and floor, all lightness, exposure, brightness, shadow. Finest blue, distracting and hard to explain. I know what you mean. You know, here's the thing. Sometimes when you add something to a photo that wasn't there, it looks like out of place, right? But to the person that sees the photo for the first time with it, to them it's just like, okay. I know what you mean. I don't know. I haven't really made up my mind. I think I'm gonna go with this for now, and then look at it again tomorrow. Sometimes we're just like, you know, whatever, go away, come back after a few hours and look at it again. You know, here's the thing. I can make the background all black. I can. There's no problem. You just pull it down, right? But I feel like that's a missed opportunity. There is something interesting about this. I always try, like, if something isn't going by plan, I'm trying to make it, like, include it. Make it the point almost. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get rid of this. These the brightest things are probably the most. Ah, shit. Come on. The brightest things are the most distracting ones, so I might just get rid of these. Oh, come on, Lightroom. You're annoying as heck here. Okay. Yeah. Let me try in this one here. I mean, I can just take the background and make it just all black, you know what I mean? But you see, that's just, I mean, obviously I would have to subtract, hold on, linear gradient, and bring it back here. You know, I can always do that. I'm not sure I like that though. It's not as interesting to me. think I'm gonna go with this one for now. Kind of like it. Certainly has its own style, that's for sure. All right, I need to extend this in Photoshop. I'm not gonna do this now. Actually, why not? I should do it now, right? Let's open this up. Let's do this So unfortunately, Lightroom cannot extend the canvas. You have to go to Photoshop or some other software, obviously, to do that. And it's pretty easy to do. You just do this. You drag out the thing, say content aware fill. You can use AI, but for the background, usually that's fine. All right, the light from behind is too visible. Yeah, like the big blotches, they're just not good. Yeah. Yeah, just God, I hate Photoshop. Can't tell you how much I hate Photoshop. Honestly, I never liked it. I just had to learn it and use it because it was just a very powerful tool when I started in this whole area, and like, you know, but I just never liked it. All right, that's good. No, I like it. It's good. I'm happy with this look. I'm gonna leave it stacking, collapse, stack. All right. Yep, let's copy paste those things over here. All right. That is something that I wish Lightroom would have. So say I have I do a photo shoot like this, right? And there is something distracting in the background, right? And now I have to go through every photo and remove those distracting things, because every photo has a slightly different composition, maybe I crop it different. So, you know, like in terms of XY coordinates, that little distracting thing, the light, is in a slightly different spot, right? I wish Lightroom had an option where it's like automatically recognize, like even if it's in a different spot in a photo, it's like, it's the same thing, you want to get rid of it, do it. Like, sorry, that can't be that hard. You can detect people and select them correctly. You know what? It's a little bit too much. So what if we bring this down a touch, like here? All right. Subtract, select subject. Okay. No, I do like the look. You can't tell what it is. There's something going on in the background. It's not too distracting. I like it. I think I'm going to keep it that way. What do you guys think? Feel free to disagree with me. I'm still going to keep it. Unless someone's making a compelling argument and has a better alternative. Okay. What did it do? It just created some hair. What the heck? Lightroom, no, make a line here. Jesus. Well, whatever. It's fine. Ooh, I like this one. This is a good one. She stepped a little bit out of the light. I'm gonna have to give her a little more exposure here. And also, I'm gonna have to use a brush here and brighten this up a touch. Here we go. And then the background, get rid of these blobs. Oh, what is this? Lightroom, hello. Not enough, huh? Is it not enough? Delete it. Delete it, Lightroom. Thank you. There we go. Getting hungry. Need to eat something. And, you know, like again, I'm doing a few different variations of the same pose. And also, like, there isn't like a perfectly correct one. There is enough like room for interpretation with these kind of poses. I mean, the given element is the front attitude turned out, you know, that's a given. But then we did slightly different arms and slightly different bottom legs. I don't know, this is my personal favorite, but we'll see what she likes. Okay. Oh, and you know what? I was like making this a little darker here. There we go. Subtract, select subject. Don't want to make her dark. Should do the same here. Darker. And then subtract subject. Good. Cool. Yeah, I don't like that one. This one's okay. And you know what? This one I can bring up the bottom and get, yes, much better. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Let's make that a little darker here. And make sure it's not on her. I've got this one. All right, let's do copy paste on the next two. Turn it on. All right. Yeah, I'm liking it. Let's get rid of the blobs. Yeah. Not sure about that one. Should I try? It's worth a try. God, this Lightroom thing is slow when it comes to like, let me see. Yeah, it just does shit. Let's try the AI version of that. There we go, much better. Oh wait, it eliminated the thumb. I'm not quite sure I like that. Yeah, here we go. There it is. Update. Good. Okay. All right. This one I'm not sure. We tried a few variations. I'm not sure if we got a good one or not. Still gonna send her the photo, obviously, because she can decide. It's probably not a photo that I would pick as a favorite to post, but who knows? And you know, as I said before, the photos are not meant only for posting on social media. That's obviously part of the point, but I don't like, it's also a good part of the photo session, and every photo session I do is a memory of a moment in time that they were, you know, at that age and that skill level and whatever we did. It's just important. to capture that and preserve that. So whether we post it or not doesn't change the value of the photo. All right, so we're going to crop it. We cleaned it up a little bit. Now let's apply the thing here. Let's see if it works. Ooh, I like it. Yeah. Nice. I think it's a little too bright. So what if we take this one here and actually bring it down a bit like that? There we go. Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. Okay, that's good. So let's do a few more here. We're not gonna do this. Replace. Oh, the tilt jump, yes. Where is she? She needs to be brighter. Like this is much better. Let's get rid of these dots here. I don't know, maybe I should leave them in. They're not that bad. Where's the bottom? All the way down here. Huh. Trying to figure out. It's actually pretty neat. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's cool. Nice one. I like it. I like it. Like especially on this one, I actually do like the lights and everything going on. I don't think I'm going to edit anything out. It is a cool background. Not gonna lie. Bottom. I can't see it. Let me think about it. Subtract gradient like this. Yes. Here we go. All right, that's good. No, I do like it. It's really cool. Actually, I do love the photo. Crop it a little bit lower. What do you guys think? You're quiet. Is that good or is it shit? Oh, you know what I haven't tried yet? I haven't tried anything in black and white yet. That's not bad. I should give her one in black and white just for fun. This is basically the same shot as the previous one. I'll do it as in black and white. Yeah, so this pose excuse me, I try that with dancers a lot. Well, not a lot, but here and there. And with various success rates, it isn't that easy to make that look good. Hi, Jordan Pola. Am I saying your name right? Poha. Hello, thanks for stopping by. Are you a photographer too? Just curious. No, I like that a lot. I really like the background. I actually do like the background. The more I work on it, the more it grows on me. I really like it. It adds some depth to it, something without being distracting. I actually really like it. Yeah. And the thing is, it was a total accident. We rented this room. There was a divider wall in it, and that divider wall was just plain brown or gray. I forgot what it was. Like, oh, this is perfect. This is gonna be my background. You know, it's like just, you know. And then when they prepared the room for us, they opened this divider wall, And I'm like, no, I wanted it closed. And then they were like, nah, it's so much work. We're not going to close it again. They were like, not very helpful. But I'm like, all right, so we'll have to go with this, you know? So I just, you know, that's what it is. Like, if something doesn't go as planned, instead of fighting it, instead of being like upset about it, you're not going to get anything out of that. So you're just like, all right, I'm going to use it. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to use it to my advantage. So I'm like, all right, maybe it is good. So I use the lens that is very, has very shallow depth of field. So it blurs out the background quite a lot. Usually I don't use that lens in the studio much because it's, you know, unnecessary. But I'm like, okay, so I'm going to blur it out. And then I have this, you know, abstract background. And I think it's actually really cool. You know, and as I said, it was a total, like, you know, in a way like an accident. All right, one looking at the camera, one looking at me. I mean, sorry, one looking away and one looking at the camera that way. All right, this is good. Maybe I'll move this one here. I'm just getting rid of the most obvious ones. Oh, I do like it a lot. The more I look at it, the more it grows on me. Yep, I do like it. Oh, I haven't copied copy and pasted the settings to the next one. So we're gonna do this and scroll down. We are going to copy paste all the way up to here. There's still quite a few photos. I'm just like a little bit halfway through. Dang it. I need to speed it up a little bit. All right, more work, less talk, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, guys, let me know if you have questions. That's why I'm doing live, so that, you know, we can basically have a chat. And chat's open for everyone. All right, this is good. You know, I don't want to rush it too much because, like, I want her to have good photos. That's the main part. I want her to have good photos. Oh, I love this one. This is really cool. This is good. This is really cool. Yes. The floor was just like, God, what was it? I forgot. It was something very simple. It wasn't like anything special. But if you bring the camera really low and you set the light correctly, you get this awesome reflection, which, you know, love it. Was the light used from the studio or did you have provide your own? So I brought my own lights. I have a light setup of 6 500-watt LED lights with, you know, all kinds of modifiers and whatever. So I use LED lights, and I used all 6 of them with large, parasols, umbrellas, and yeah. So yeah, the studio lighting was not enough. The studio lighting is the bubbles you see in the background. That was this light that was in the studio. That's it. So yeah, that would not have been enough at all. There we go. Kaylin was awesome. She's such a good. She's a great dancer, but she's also like, she was super like excited and like into doing the photo shoot. She wanted to have good photos, and she came up with a lot of ideas. It was actually really. It was great working with her because she really wanted to have good photos. So she was thinking about it. She had something prepared on her phone and, you know, some poses, things like that. It's really cool. Good evening from England again. Good to see you. Nice Thanks for coming, MJ. Yeah, I was just in England. I mean, I told you last time, right? I was there like a little over a week ago. Mostly in London and then a little bit in Birmingham. Okay, let's brighten her up a little bit. God, I love the reflection. Really love it. That's what I love about shooting in a studio. You have that. First of all, you can go on the ground and do ground poses, which on the outside is a little hard to do because it's like dirty and sometimes the surface, like the ground is the concrete isn't very smooth. It's if you're in nature, it's uneven. It's yeah. There's all kinds of it's always difficult to do ground poses outside. In the studio, you can do it and you get the super cool reflection. So I really love shooting in the studio as well. I mean, I love shooting outside because you have very cool locations and you have natural light, which is always pretty. All right, I'm going to leave the lights in here in this one. I actually do like them. All right. We're getting through a lot of photos here. Well, that's the other thing about shooting in a studio. You have one light setup and it's the same, and then like one setting. You know, I leave my exposure settings and everything exactly the same. So once you've created a setup in Lightroom that works, it applies to all the other ones. All right, very cool. Oh, I only got 5 hours of sleep last night, which isn't enough for me. I was searching Google Maps near where you shot last time in Covent Garden. I got close by. I couldn't find the exact spot. Covent Garden. Let me think. Covent Garden. Where was that? It sounds familiar. I know I was shooting there. I'm just yeah. Covent Garden in London. Yes. Apple Store. Look at the Apple Store in Covent Garden. We shot right in front of it, and then there is it actually like if you go behind the Apple Store, there's an alleyway, and then from the Apple Store, if you go it's towards the river, there is a little yeah, it's like it's hard. If I look on a map, I could show you, but we used a couple of spots. Honestly, there's so many good spots in Covent Garden. It's super busy. There's so many people. Oh my god. Maybe Google didn't map the precise spot. Yeah, and it's like my photos are very like I'm using an 85mm lens, so I don't see a lot of the environment. I get just like a blurry background. And I do it on purpose because in this particular case, the photo shoot was for a dancewear company, right? They wanted to see the outfit. So we wanted to get the feel of London. So we had some London backgrounds. We had the telephone houses or the boxes, whatever they called. But the main thing was still the outfit. So, you know, and that's another thing as a photographer, you have to like pick your lenses and the look and everything you do, you have to like process through like what is the purpose of the photo, what is the end purpose, right? What do they want to get out of it, right? And does it serve that purpose, right? So like if you shoot a wide shot and you see, let's say, Buckingham Palace, and you see like lots of things and you see all the architecture and there's a dancer, that's a great photo. But it's completely useless for a company that wants to sell dancewear because it's tiny, you can't see the outfit, right? So you always have to think about these things when you do sessions. Oh man, this is hilarious. Like, what is it doing here even? Okay. Oh man. Very interesting. All right, this looks better. I think I should copy paste that to the next ones. Yes, I will, and I'm going to replace it. Yes, exactly. If it's promoting the location or the clothing and the dancer themselves, yeah, it's a different thing. Although sometimes, like, let's say, like, I mean, she wanted the photos to show that it's in London, right? So obviously we did try to get some, what's that called? The giant wheel. Is it the London Eye? So we had that in the background in a few shots. All right, so this is an amazing shot. What if we try this here? Okay, replace. Huh? What? Oh no, that was the wrong. What did I just do? This, I want this to go onto this, and I want you to synchronize it. Thank you. The iconic eye. Definitely. I've never been on it. I went to the one in Vegas. They have one of those too. In Vegas, Las Vegas is so hot that each of these gondolas, or whatever they called, has air conditioning. And it takes quite a while from the bottom all the way to the top, right? And so there's a countdown when you enter that, you know, it goes up and there's a countdown. So then it actually stops when you're up there. And it stops right when, and then when it stops, that's when the people at the bottom go into the next one, you know, they get out and I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. Okay, I think this one we can get rid of. Yeah, actually, no, we keep that one. If you ever go in it, get a flight ticket. It classes as a flight. Oh, flight ticket. What do you mean it classes as a flight? That's interesting. There we go. All right, this one is too blue. I'm gonna dial it down a little bit here. All right, this is good. Loving it, loving it. I love the abstract background. You know, the longer I look at it, the more I like it. Okay. Copy, paste, 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 paste. I picked 4 of that next pose. Why did I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she wasn't on releve. We can get rid of that one. That's good. We can get rid of this one. This is good. And then there's a releve one. All right. I'm not sure. It's a little too blue, right? Maybe I'll just bring it back a little bit here. I feel like it's a little too much blue. And then here the bottom should be like this, maybe. Crop it. Okay. Ooh, this is good. I don't want to see her reflection, so I'm definitely going to remove that. That to me looks very distracting if there's a little dancer somewhere in the background. You need to know a certain amount of dance terminology then, I don't know, yes. Well, not only terminology, you actually need to understand dance to a degree, right? Because in order to make the right decision on how you photograph it, how you pick your angles, and that has an effect on how the lines, you know, the arms and the legs look. You have to understand what is important to the dancers. So yes, you need to learn a little bit about dance in order to become a good dance photographer. You don't have to be a dancer, you know. It's like you have to understand it to photograph it well, but you don't have to do it yourself. There's some dance photographer who were dancers when they were younger, and they brag about it, and they try to make that as an argument. It's like, you have to be a dancer. Like, I was a dancer when I was younger, and the other photographers don't get it. And like, no, that's not the case. That's nonsense. You don't have to be a dancer to do it. It's just like saying like a fashion photographer would have to be a fashion model to be able to do a fashion photographer later on. Like, no, you don't. You have to understand how to photograph for fashion, but you don't have to be a model. Or like, say you take photos of architecture, like, you know, you do a lot of like real estate photography, right? Like, for when you sell houses, you need good photos of them. You don't have to be an architect to do that. You know, you don't have to need to be in an education in architecture and construction to do that. So yeah, I feel like it's the same with dance. You have to understand what's important to the dancer and why they're doing certain things, but you don't have to dance yourself. So all right, so this is good. Is there no, there isn't. Let me put this one in here. Hold on. No, we're gonna use this on that. I've seen some incredible videos of snooker shots, but I bet the cameraman couldn't exactly, that's the thing. Yeah, it's the same with every kind of sports photography. Like, you know, when you like, I couldn't take photos of like American baseball, for instance, right? I don't know the rules of baseball. I don't know what they're going for. Like, they're all running around and tossing the ball around, and but as a photographer, you have to understand. But you do not have to be an athlete to do that, or have been an athlete at some point. That's nonsense. All right, this is good. Slightly lower. Now we're gonna copy paste this to the other ones. Replace. And then we got the studio shots done. Well, almost. There's 4 more, but I can't edit them on YouTube. YouTube will punish me for that. That's the only thing with dance. Like, there are certain things in dance that you do that the general audience just doesn't understand, right? They're like, why are you dancing with these kind of clothes, right? They're so revealing. It's like, no, this is like a leotard that you wear for ballet. That's just, it's been like that for hundreds of years. You know, that's just the way it is, right? So, or certain poses. So, and I feel like there's no point in arguing with people. If you don't understand what it is, then you have no business judging it one way or another. And also, the photos are probably meant for the dancer, not for someone who's never danced in their life and doesn't understand it. All right. Speaking of snooker, I absolutely love it. I mean, it's so impressive. That's what they do. Like, I watch the championships like sometimes on TV, or used to, not anymore really. I don't really watch TV anymore. But anyways, like, you get the point. Like, I think it's amazing. There was this one guy. He was like he was wearing glasses, and when you play snooker, you kind of like you lower yourself and do this. So he was wearing the glasses, or maybe he had them custom made. It looked like they were. He was wearing them upside down. Obviously, he had them custom made so that when he lowers his head and looks like this, he would look through the glasses. It was kind of funny. And he was like a really good snooker player. Forgot his name. That was a long time ago, though. All right, so I think this is pretty good. So this was the last location we've done. We've done that the next day, the next morning. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's a lot of masks here. Right edge, sky. I'm just preparing this for the copy paste. There's a lot of masks we don't need. All right. Roof. What is the roof? How did I make the roof? Artificial ground minus background. Oh, I'm so smart. That is funny. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the same here. Wait, is there anything? Yeah, I think I already did some editing on this one. So here, like I shot a little wider. Like this is a good example of where I'm shooting wider because I want to have that architecture in the background. I think it's a cool shot. It's not about the leotard. She's not trying to sell any clothes or something. The shot's up for her. And this is an iconic place where, you know, a lot of photographers go, and she wanted to shoot there. So, yeah. All right. So before we copy paste stuff from one photo to the other, I am going to get rid of this line here. So this is not just a pedestrian bridge. There is like you can ride over that with your bike, and I think we even saw motorcycles. So they have like markings like a road, well, not quite a road, but you get what I mean, like separate pedestrians from the other vehicles that go there. So when you shoot in a place like this, it's very important that you have the dancer like centered, otherwise it tends to look a little odd. Okay, so we're going to try to get rid of this line here. I don't know if it's going to work. No, it's not. So we're going to do heel, and that looks better. Good, good. And then I'm going to copy paste these settings here. Let's see if it works. I don't know. Yeah, that's good. Nice, nice. So this bridge is actually like if you go there, it's supposed to be white. I think it just over time it kind of faded and is a little dirty. So I'm trying to make it a little more, yeah, more neutral, more whitish. All right, same thing here. We're gonna get rid of the line first. And again, like the reason I'm doing it in this order is just because Lightroom likes it better in this order. It's supposed to be faster that way. And then this one, we are going to do the heel a little more. And perfect, good. And then we're gonna copy paste the settings here. Nice one. Yes, very nice, very nice. I really like this one. This is good. Like I love the spot, I love the background, I love everything about that, but also like her pose is just perfect. I love it. So the idea was from this knee to the back foot is a line, one continuous line, right? And then it's a plie and a forced arch. You know, it's like a dance thing. If you don't know what it is, it's fine. It's just like the dancers really love that. line. It makes her muscles come out, and then her arms are really nice. That's very good technique. It's really good. This is a really nice shot. I really like it. I think we did it again. Oh, she got a little bit more of an oversplit even, like nice. Let me crop it first. Make sure it's straight. Okay, let's remove that. And you can see it's tedious. The zoomed out lock and the pose helps convey the space really nicely. Yes. Oh, look. Yes, sorry, lock. Look. The zoomed out and look. Yeah. It is. No, it was totally worth going to this bridge. It's funny, there's no parking. We just had to park on the side of the road and just hope nobody will give us a ticket. But it was all good. Dang it, I really love this one. Amazing job, Kaylin. Yes. Love it, love it. Look at the leg muscles. That's amazing. Oh, actually, speaking of that, I should probably... and look at that. She was wearing socks again. What am I doing here? I don't even know. All right, all right. The mask isn't that good here. Let me see if I can do something about it. Body, background. Ugh, it's gonna take me a while now. That's the downside of subject. I don't know why I did that. I have to fix that later. I'm not gonna do this now. Okay. Oh, yet another one. Oh my God, her bottom foot's even better. You know what I'm going to do in this one, just because we have the same. I'm going to do this in horizontal, not in horizontal, in vertical. That's going to look better on Instagram if she posts it on Instagram. So that's another thing that you have to consider as a photographer. So, you know, if you like if you're shooting for social media, right? Let's say Instagram, or in general, everything is vertical. We're looking at our phones in vertical format. That's just what it is these days. So if you shoot something horizontal, it'll take up very little screen space on the phone, right? On social media if you post it. And so photo posts that are horizontal on average do worse than vertical compositions because it takes up less screen, right? So unfortunately, that's what's happening. It's not a new thing, by the way. I don't know if you guys remember Instagram in the very early days. Oh, I love that one too. Nice job. Okay, nice job. In the early days when Instagram came out, they basically, like, photography was still not that much on phones. You know, phones were just starting out, smartphones at least, and photography was still like horizontal and vertical. So they couldn't figure out how to do that. So they decided, what if we just do a square, right? That's like the compromise. It's neither one or the other, but it's a compromise. So in the beginning, Instagram was just square. There was nothing else. There was no resizing. There was nothing. There was no video as well. And it's kind of interesting because I remember when I was shooting and I was like giving the photos for my clients for Instagram, and they had a vertical composition, I would add like a frame, a black frame or white frame. I forgot what I did. Maybe white or black. So that I would fill it in, I would fill this in to be a square, right? And the same for the horizontal photos. And I did it with a script in Photoshop. So I finished all the photos, exported them, ran it through Photoshop, and it created these square images and filled that in. That was really cool. But then they changed it, and now you can post both. Almost forgot about it. And it's funny because back then Instagram was so dominant for photographers that they all started to shoot with the square crop in mind. All right, I like this. Is it worth copy and pasting this? Let me see. Yeah, I do like it. I do like it. Nice one. Anything to fix? No, there's a little sock line here. Kaylin, don't wear socks when you come to a session. Just kidding. It's all good. You can hardly see it. It's just like I see it because like I've shot and edited a million dance photo sessions, and you know, I always look for it. Normal people wouldn't see it. But this is something that a normal person would say, so I'm gonna fix this. And maybe here. There's a little bit dirt on the ground. Not too bad. I mean on the ground, on the foot. So I'm gonna get rid of that. It's actually surprisingly not dirty, that bridge. For photographer's eye, my mother calls it photographer's eye. Oh, yeah, it took me a moment, yes. Yeah, we see things that normal people don't see, and whether it's overkill or not, whatever, it is what it is. God, I really love it. I really like, it's really worth selecting the background bridge stuff and making it white. It's just like this off-white, yellowish, greenish from the rain and the dirt. Yeah, this is so much better. It's totally worth it. Okay, so we're gonna do this and this, copy paste. Nice, yes, that's good. Oh, a little jump here. There we go. Oh, I think we did a video of this one as well. Okay. Should probably do the crop and then copy paste the settings. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. Copy paste. Synchronize. What are you guys up to? I just keep talking here and editing. Ooh, what is that? Something went wrong here. Oh, it selected this one. So how about I'm gonna do remove, subtract, select object, and I'm gonna select the leg, and it will hopefully, no, it doesn't. Ground, background, background, here we go. Subject. Okay, add, select object. Why is it missing that? That is interesting. Okay, background, subtract, select object. Why is it missing that part of the leg? It's just clearly part of her, right? I don't know. I'm 3D printing a cage for an air quality monitor. Ooh, interesting. A cage for an air quality monitor. So something that goes outside, obviously, probably going outside. background, body, add, select subject, object. We see, I'm not sure if this is, there we go. And then we need to clean this foot up a little bit, this leg, I mean. Okay, good. Here it went fine. Interesting. It was just on the other one where it glitched. It's kind of funny. I was actually working in computer animation, so I did a lot of 3D modeling and animation and stuff like that. And then I completely gave that up for photography. And sometimes I thought I should pick it up again for 3D printing, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. I use it in my print room to make sure I'm not breathing too much microplastic. Oh, I see. So it's basically, I see. Yeah, yeah. So my brother has 3D printers, and like if I need something, I just tell him, hey, can you make that? And then he does it. So he does it for me. So I have my own personal 3D printing service. Oh, I love this one. Yeah, I really like the bridge. When I was shooting there and I looked at the photos and I saw that yellow greenish, and like, I wish it was cleaner, but actually turns out fine. It's pretty cool now. And that's why I always say, like, editing is part of the process. It's not just, it's like when I shoot, I often think about what I'm going to do in editing and calculate that in as part of the shot. So whether it's composition, whether it's colors, the final look, I try to I kind of make that up. Like I have a vision, and then I'm like, I know I'm going to edit this way or another way. And then all I do when I'm actually shooting is making sure that I'm capturing it, like from a technical point of view, say the exposure and everything correctly, right? I'm not worried about the look, the final look. All right. Actually, we're making good progress. I think I'm going to get through this session. There we go. Is there anything to edit on this leg? Maybe here a little bit. Come on, Lightroom, you can do it. The knees are often, like especially the kneecaps are often. Oh, look at her. That's good. I think there's already, so I'm going to copy paste it to the next two. Okay. I need to get rid of the line on the ground. Should have done that before, but it's okay. And again, like with the other, same with the other locations. Look, we had everything from like overcast, it almost started raining, to like, oh, the sun's coming out, and now we have sun on her leg and everything. And that changes like everything in terms of exposure so much. It's just and it's easy when you're busy taking photos, and like you're paying attention to the dancer, and you're paying attention to the background, you're paying attention to your settings and all of that. It's just, there's so much going on, and then all of a sudden the light changes, like I gotta start over basically. Okay, like this, a little warmer, like that. Here we go. Awesome. Awesome. Let's get rid of the line. Oh, no. What did I do? Ah, shit. Ah. All right, I'm fading. I need a break. I can only edit for so long and then I start like my brain's like I should take a break and walk and get some food and then come back. How many more photos do we have here? Well, it is quite a few. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just, ooh, I like these. These are really cool. So that was a photo, like a post she already had on her Instagram. I really loved it. And then I said, hey, can we recreate this? Like here on the bridge. So we did a few variations of that. I tried to edit a few already, but yeah. Yeah, there's still too many. I'm gonna take a break. I just need a break. This isn't really fun. This is just for fun. You know, you're supposed to point your foot and not have it like this, and then her look at it. Like, so funny. She will appreciate it. Same with painting landscapes in the morning. The lighting is great in the evening. Oh, totally. Oh my God. See, I didn't even think about it. With painters, like yeah, their landscape changes in front of them all the time because painting is a very slow process. So even you have a still life in front, like in your house, like you know, there's a lot of the still lifes. I guess they were like drawing or painting it during the day when the light came in through the window, right? And at night they just stopped, and then the next morning they started and then have the light again. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah. No. I think I'm gonna take a break and then finish it later tonight. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always love chatting with you. All you guys who are keeping me company, I love it. Thank you so much. I don't know if I'm gonna go live again tonight because I'm just gonna. It's gonna be late, whatever. I don't know, or maybe tomorrow. Alrighty. Take care. See you soon. Bye.